All right, so this is just going to be a really quick video. We're just going to go over how to make a stem and leaf plots. We'll talk about this more in class tomorrow, but this video should only be a couple minutes. So the stem and leaf plot is a method of organizing data and is a combination of sorting and graphing. It has the advantage over group frequency distribution of retaining the actual data without showing them in graphical form. And a stem and leaf plot is a data plot that uses part of data value as a stem and part of the data value as a leaf to form groups or classes. All right, so let's just go ahead and do a problem real quick, and that'll be it for this video. All right, so if we're given this data here, an outpatient testing center, or at an outpatient testing center, the number of cardiograms performed each day for 20 days is shown to construct the stem and leaf plot for the data. All right, so when we're given this raw data, there's a few things that we need to do first, so let's go ahead and start it. The first thing you want to do is you want to rearrange your data that you have, and you want to group them all based on what number it is. So meaning any just ones, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like we'll group all them together. All of our 10s will group together, all of our 20s, 40s, 30s, 50s, etc. So we only have one number that is under 10, so it's only 1. So we'll just write that by itself, 02. All right, then we'll leave some space. We'll write down our teens, so any of our 10s that we have. So we have 13, 14, and that's it. So we'll leave a little bit of space. So we'll write 13, we'll write 14. And then we'll go ahead and go on to our 20s, and we'll do this for the rest. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so this is our data here, where we group them all by our 1s, our 10s, our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. All right, you also want to write these in numerical order. So see here how we wrote 2, and then 13, 14, 20, 23, 25, 31, 32, 32, 32, so on and so on for the 40s and 50s. All right, so that's the next thing you want to do. This step isn't necessarily mandatory for you to do, but it does make it a little bit easier for how we're going to go ahead and plot these with using a stem and leaf graph. If you don't do this step, so if we do have a lot of data, it's not necessarily mandatory to do this part, but it just makes it a lot easier, as you'll see in a second. All right, so the next thing that we do then is we create this little table here where the left side is our leading digit or our stem, and the right side is our trailing digit or a leaf. So what we do first is we then go through our leading digit for this number is 0. So we write the first column or the first row will be 0. And then the trailing digit is the second digit that we have. So the trailing digit is 2. So that way when we look at this, we can see that this is 0, 2, or 2. This one, both of their leading digits are 1. So we put the 1. And then our trailing digit is 3 and 4. And we want it to be written in order as well. So that's why this step, although it might not necessarily be mandatory, it is helpful because it's already written in numerical order. So it makes it a little bit easier for us to go ahead and draw this chart. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this chart. So I'm going to finish this right now. All right, so after we finish making this table or this chart, this is what the ending will look like. So remember, this stem or the leading digit is the first digit that we have for a number, and then the trailing digit or the leaf is the second digit. So if we look at this, this is telling us this number is 2, we have 13, and we have 14. We have 20, 23, 25, 31, 32, etc. All right, so that's it for this video. I want to make this really as quick as I possibly could, and we'll discuss this in more detail in class tomorrow.